Alright guys, well I'm back today with an incredibly impressive high value and budget weapons light that's designed to mount to an M-LOK rail system as you see here at a very affordable price. This is the VOTATU ML40 weapons light, and it's a game changer in my opinion for certain circumstances on that M-LOK rail system, but you don't have to break the bank to grab it. In fact, it's the cheapest I've ever seen it. These generally sell for a little over $50. They're on sale for 22% off, dropping the price down to $38.99, which was a great deal in and of itself. Then the company actually created a coupon code specifically for my viewers, which I will leave in the description below, to drop the price down to $35.09. So right at $35 with free shipping. Now, what do you get inside the box? And I want to discuss my relationship with VOTATU because it's a very interesting one. So inside the box, you get the user's manual, the actual light itself, the magnetic recharging cable, and a few other little odds and ends. So everything you need to mount it up to the M-LOK rail system. And for $35, that's an incredible value in and of itself. Now, I started looking at different iron sights for the AR style platform, and honestly every time I go through I find something new that pops up and I buy a few different versions to give it a try. I found the VOTATU iron sights, purchased them myself, fell in love with them, grabbed a few more sets, and started doing some videos on them. The company saw that video and asked if I wanted to try anything else, and so here we are after I requested this specific light, and man, am I not disappointed. It just blew me out of the water with its quality and performance, again, keeping in mind that $35 price. Before we get too far into the review, I do want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for sending the ammo over to help make this video. These guys are always supporting the channel, and they also did price drops on 9mm, and they also have Subsonic 300 Blackout, 8.6 Black, and 9mm hollow points for as low as $20 a box for 50 rounds, and 9mm as low as $12 a box for 50 rounds. And again, I have the code 704TACTICAL for free shipping on orders over $200. Now, what makes this light unique, and what makes it unique at this price? Well, first, it's a direct interface with the M-LOK rail system. It has the M-LOK pieces actually built in, and then you apply the nuts right there. So you can see it goes through the back of the light itself and then up at the front of the light itself, and it's really easy to install on the M-LOK. Now, where this really fills a niche that a lot of others don't do is a ton of rails now are cutting out the pick rail at the top. This is one of the PSA rails, and there's numerous Palmetto State rails that have this. If you're looking for deals on upper assemblies, lowers, things like that, definitely check out my campsite page, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Patreon, as well as my channel memberships page to get the best opportunities to grab things like this. And if you're looking to accessorize an upper assembly like this, it's rather difficult in what you can find, because you don't have an option to put a tape switch or a pressure pad on the top without kind of adding specialty things to it, which is definitely possible. But this is a very unique option, especially because of how flush and low profile it is. So it's a push button design on the back of the light itself. Now this one actually has 3 modes. So it's got the bright mode, and then you could actually hold it down and click the button. It's got the low mode, and it remembers what setting it's on. And then either version, you double click for a strobe, which is pretty cool. So you can hold it down, it goes to strobe and then constant. Or you can just click it permanently on and it's strobing. Again, we can double click it back to that setting, switch to the high setting. So it does have that temporary on if you want to hold it down and clear corners and let go, or it does have the constant on if you want to quick press it. So the interface with the button is very convenient and very easy to use, especially when you're talking about some type of C-clamp hold. You can actually grab the rifle, maneuver it, press the button, clear corners, and come back. So it's very easy to operate. It is also protected right here, so you're not going to accidentally bump that on inside a case. They've done a very good job. They have a nice cutout for your thumb to press that no matter what type of position it's in. It also has the magnetic charging port located on the top that plugs into any USB, and you can see it charges right there. So you can have this in a nightstand, in a patrol vehicle, in your kind of car every day. If something goes bump in the night or you need to defend yourself, you can simply swipe that off and then engage your target. So that works out incredibly well. And the fact that it's got that magnetic charger is key. I think a lot more lights need to be doing that, and this one does a very good job with it. It's also incredibly small, yet packs a ton of lumens into one small package. This also works perfectly if you don't have an M-LOK rail system at the top to mount it to the sides right here, and then you keep your thumb over and press it, which is probably how it was originally designed for. But there are so many rail systems I have with those M-LOK slots at the top like that this is perfect. The optic actually clears over the top of this, so this doesn't really impede your view at all, which is perfect, and it frees up your rail space for other devices. These guys also make a ton of lasers, and I'm actually trying to review one of their ML4 lasers right now with the IR setup, which is one of the cheapest IR lasers I've seen online, so you guys may want to check those out as well. And that code that I'm going to leave in the description below is actually valid on the iron sights, the lasers, the lights, anything they offer. But I really wanted to get this review out as soon as possible, so we took it down at the range. But how does it perform? It performs great. I put a ton of rounds through it, and then I also did some slow-mo shooting, as you can see in the intro. And I like to do that to see if the light skips on or off, or shudders or flickers under recoil, and this one did not do that. So it's holding up great. I mean, it's an awesome light. Is this going to compete with like Surefire and Streamlight? Probably not, but at this price, it's one of the nicest I've seen, and it definitely fills a niche. I can absolutely recommend this light, and it's going to be staying on this build setup because I've fallen in love with this top mount design. I've got a second one, as I showed you in the intro, that I will be putting on another rail system that has the M-LOK on the top because it just fits the bill perfectly. It's a very streamlined, ergonomic, easy-to-use design at an affordable price of about $35. All of the information and linking will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.